I'm barely alive, but I'm gonna keep playing. All right, Sid. Can we barely finish repairing the damage incurred during our sky fishing trip? On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, so as they say. I can only presume that the Salil passed through the barrier unscathed. That would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key. Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think that he's not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Azizla. But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convene at the seat of the Lord Commander, that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive, and he will show you in.
In summary, the Isle owes its lofty position to the industry of the Allegans, and we can be all but certain that the Archbishop and his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
I see.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I can gather, the barrier mechanism draws ether from the surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect, a wall of lightning.
It seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in failure.
Alas, the key was careless enough to leave without us, and I don't think the Vanu keep a spare.
Master Garland, based on your experience, is there no other way that we might breach the barrier?
What if we do the corrupted crystal thing?
In the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
Let's use that big fucker.
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing two galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
That said, we're not without options. If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
How?
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
An Archon? Truly?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for the ram. Just you wait, my pretty. By the time I'm finished, you'll be an airship reborn.
And he has so much more personality. It's great. over to the tavern. Welcome back, Zelma. How goes the mission? Did you manage to catch up with the Archbishop and his cronies? So, you finally arrived at Azizla, only to find your way barred by some sort of barrier. Typical. But it's not all bad news. I've made progress in the search for our friends. Don't worry, Zeramar. We'll get to Azizla yet. When you fled the victory feast, you used the ancient watercourse beneath the city, right? Well, shortly after things went back to normal in Ul'dah, I asked Marshal Terrapin to have the tunnel searched. A logical place to look. It was there that you lost contact with Minfilia, Thancred, and Y'shtola, was it not? Dare I ask what the Marshal found? I don't actually know. Pippin's messages said that there had been a discovery and that we were to come to the Hall of Flames at our earliest convenience. I dare not think what it might be. We shall depart at once, Tatru. Let Uranger know to join us in Ul'dah. He will wish to be present as well. Yes, sir. Oh, it's just right out here in the Hall of Flames. Okay. Suppose they said that. I just wasn't really paying attention. We are grateful for your assistance, Marshal Terrapin. You say to great and father both, it is the least I could do to repay you. Forgive me my impatience, Marshal, but your missive mentioned a discovery. Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways. Almost immediately we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the Minerals Concern's cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble, which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen Crystal Braves. Go on. Be at ease, Master Alphino. Your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there is this. Y'shtola's wand. I'd assumed as much. If I may, Marshal. "'Tis as I did surmise, judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic. Namely, the very first that man did conceive to traverse great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilize the life stream, flow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporeal form into its constituent aether, that the caster might enter the life stream and ride its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern times, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola should chose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste. All of which would suggest she managed to escape. Would that it were so simple. Know that the scholars of Chilean forbade the use of the spell, and with good reason. The caster hath but limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift in the life stream, never to emerge." What? No, you can't mean. Be not downcast, my friend, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Y'shtola's passage hath left traces in the life stream. Could we but follow these from the point at which the magic was invoked, we may yet find her. 'Tis still the excavation site, then. Our thanks for your aid, Marshal. Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Y'shtola's safe return. Yum. Evidence of Yshtola's passage will have been made faint by time, but mayhaps some few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. The trail leadeth to the north and east, onto the bosom of the Twelveswoods. Are you certain? Aye, there is no mistake. Thither hath Y'shtola journeyed. And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean she is still adrift. If it is to be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the livestream is more akin to a raging torrent than get over long on the midst of those maelstrom, and the ether that formeth one soul shall surely be scattered, ne'er to be reformed. We have no time to waste. Irangier, pray explore all possible options for reversing the effects of this forbidden magic. Zeramar, Tataru, we three shall press on to Gridania and petition the Elder Seedseer's aid. Oh, time to teleport. I love teleporting. It is said that the elementals perceived the livestream. If, as we suspect, Y'shtola is still adrift in its midst, then maybe they may be able to find her. But if we are to appeal to them for assistance, we must needs to do so through their chosen, the Padjal. It is imperative, therefore, that we speak with Kani Sana without delay. I have already requested an audience with the Elder Seedseer. She will receive us in the Lotus Stand presently. We need but speak with a conjurer yonder to be admitted. Heard that one before. Be welcome, my friends, and speak freely. I gather your suit will admit no delay. It will not, my lady. Pray forgive the abrupt nature of our request, but it is a matter of life and death. I see. As you say, we must needs act swiftly if we are to free Y'shtola from the ungentle pull of the livestream. And as you have surmised, we cannot do this unaided. However,
in requesting the Elemental's assistance to find Y'shtola, you must needs be aware of one difficulty. A difficulty born of the fundamental difference between man and Elemental.
That being?
In perceiving the world around him, Man relies upon senses such as sight and sound. For the sake of convenience, he gives names to such things as are near or dear to him. Being formed of pure ether, however, such concepts are foreign to the elementals. Instead, they perceive by observing the ebb and flow of the energies of life. So profound a division cannot be bridged with simple discourse. The elementals' voices stir not the air, and thus reach not our ears, while our words are but wind to them. Though we seers can commune with them through feelings, naught that we can impart will serve to aid them in identifying Y'shtola. Nay, they must needs be presented with ether which is akin to hers. If you could but find a family member.
Oh! I know just the person! Y'shtola has a sister who came to live in Gridania. She told me about her once.
Oh, that is most fortunate indeed. Pray, seek this sister out then, and bring her to Evershade. There, we shall petition the Great One's aid in finding your lost companion.
Alright, hey. You're still a sister? Didn't know she had a sister, but I suppose I never asked. If memory serves, Y'shtola's sister's name is Ymitra. She's supposed to be a member of the Sons of St. Cornic. Anyway, she spends most of her time around Apcorlu Falls, from what I recall. Let's look for her there. What do we got? I got 10. Alright. Well, that is funny. It is pretty unnecessary. Let's see. Yes, is there something you require? Lady Ymitra, it is an honor to meet you. My name is Alphina Levio, and this is Tataru Taru. So you're my sister's comrades in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? When I heard that your people were being pursued, I desperately sought to reach Stola, but all mine efforts were to no avail. Now I know why, a forbidden spell of all things, that she should be so reckless. But what's done is done. I thank you for bringing word to me. Needless to say, I should be glad to help. Though we are born of different mothers, our veins course to the same father's blood. I hope that this will be enough for the elementals. Come, let us make our forever shade once at once. Once at once? Once. Wow, that was really just a hop, skip, and a jump away, huh? Suppose if someone was like, we need to find my brother, I'd be like, yeah, I know where he lives. Let's just call him. I'd be like, yeah, I can come there if it saves my brother's life or whatever, you know?
Let us begin.
Let us.
Raya O, Arun, if you would. Hearken to me, O great ones. Pray give yourselves to the life stream, a drifting soul to find.
Please, Y'shtola. Please come back to us.
There.
Well, shit, glad that
Now.
worked. Luckily, I know some of the most powerful people in the whole world. Oh, excuse me.
A room has been readied at the roost. Pray, bear her thither at once.
Thither. Hither and thither, hither and thither.
All that remains is to pray, my friends.
Can't I kill something instead? It's worked almost every other time. How are you, Stola? Just seeing your face again, Oh, I've been so worried. Yustela's resting within an inn room. Though she's still unconscious, the signs are positive. The conjurers say she's in sound health and should awaken before long. Isn't that wonderful? Now, while we wait for Yustela to wake up, I thought I'd take the opportunity to finish my little surprise for her. It's something I've been working on for a while now, in the hope that she'd one day return to us. It wants for just a couple more items before it's ready. I've already placed orders for these items. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me? One is at the Leatherworks Guild, and another is at the Conjurers Guild. Speak with Mistress Geva and Brother Isumian, and they ought to take care of it for you. They ought to take care of it for you. They ought to take care of it for you. I reckon. What is it? I'm a busy woman, so be quick about it. If you wish to place an order, speak with Randall. Oh, here to retrieve an order from Mr. Starter, you say? You come at a good time. I finished it but moments ago. It was no small coup working to her specifications, but I did nonetheless. Payment has already been settled. However, did that girl come by... How did that girl come by Chimerica hide anyway? You need either balls of steel or a bottomless coin purse, and it seemed to me she had neither. Sorry, sir. I walked right through you. I've never been in here before. You're come to Steelgate Fane, the home of the Conjurers Guild. How may I assist you? Ah yes, Mrs. Tataru's order. As requested, it has been sanctified in the sight of the elements. I know not what she intends for the staff, but it is a most singular artifact. Even one possessed in my experience would struggle to wield it. You know, some people got some really fun names, and then other people are just like, it's me, Big Bullet. Like, that's not a name. You can play however you want, but this is a really long game. Ah, you're back. You have the items, I hope. Oh, excuse me. Oh, it's precisely as I requested, a perfect match for the other pieces. Truly, Giva is a master among masters, and the staff completes the surprise. Thank you so much, Sarah Ma. I can't wait to see what Jola thinks of the surprise. Lest you wonder, she's doing very well, and the Conjurers have left her in her sister's care. Let's go and pay them a visit, shall we? Yes, let us. Let us go.
Yustola! I'm so glad you're back!
Tataru.
Oh. Oh. Cold, cold, cold. Cold outside, cold in here.
You are safe. Thank the 12.
We gotta fill you in with a lot that's
Something
happened.
has changed about you, Alphino. Or mayhap the change is with me. I seem to sense the ether around me more keenly than before.
I am pleased to see you well again. Do you feel strong enough to talk?
Worry not. I am well enough.
I mean, what was she in there for, like a month? 2 months? A couple weeks? I don't know. It seemed like a fairly long time.
What befell you after you fled the feast? We were told that there had been a tunnel collapse.
That was my doing. I brought the tunnel down that you and Minfidia might escape. At the last moment, I invoked a teleportation magic, in hopes of spiriting Thancred away at least. Needless to say, it did not go quite as planned, and I found myself adrift in the life stream. The others? Where are they? Did they not escape?
They remain unaccounted for. You were the only one we have been able to find. I am truly sorry. It was the Crystal Braves who pursued you that day. My hubris that led to our undoing.
No apologies are necessary, Alphino. You are not to blame for what occurred. Know that were our comrades here, they would commend you for keeping the light of hope alive.
Don't worry. The others are alive and well, I'm sure of it. We just need to find them.
Indeed, Tataru. Let us find our friends and rebuild the Scions.
Ha! There is the Alphino I remember. And I feel much the better for his return. 'Tis time I arose.
That reminds me. I have a change of clothes for you. I don't like to boast, but I made them myself. I learned how to weave while we were in Ishgard, you see.
Oh man, she looks great. Yeah, and her staff looks way better than the branch she was using.
Tataru has apprised me of all that took place in the aftermath of the assassination plot. It would seem I have been away for some while.
Yes, much and more happened during your absence. At present, we seek to follow the Archbishop to Azisla.
And you want for some manner of etheric ram to pierce the floating isle's protective barrier?
We do. Might you be able to furnish us with one?
A means to prise open a hole in an Alagarn barrier. And one large enough to admit an airship, no less. Nay, I lack the knowledge to devise such a weapon. But I know of one who could. a leading figure in the field of etheric research, and one of the finest scholars ever to grace Sharlayan. Matoya, my former master.
Matoya. In my youth, I had the honor of studying under Matoyam in the field of etheric research. She was without rival. I have no doubt that her knowledge will be of aid to our cause. The question is, will she share it with us? My master has ever been willful. The gods forbid anyone who disagrees with her. When the Gallian Empire first marched upon Eorzea some 15 years ago, the denizens of Sharlayan were summoned back to the motherland. However, Matoyam refused to join the exodus. To this day, she lives a hermit's life in the fringes of the abandoned city. So it is to the Dravanian hinterlands that we must go, to the place of my birth. Though Alesia and I were born in Sharlayan, our days there were short. We remained only until the Exodus, and I have not returned since. Oh, so it's to be a homecoming then? As fine a reason as any to go to Sharlayan, and it would afford us the opportunity to pay my master a visit. I believe you have mistaken our primary objective, Y'shtola. At any rate, the journey will take us through largely unknown territory. Let us first return to Ishgard and make our preparations. Sharlayan is situated in the Dravanian hinterlands. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Dravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it will be a grueling journey. The party shall be comprised of Zeramar, Y'shtola, and myself. Tatru, pray remain in Ishgard and continue the search for our missing friend. Yes, sir! First, let us make for Tailfeather. Man, all this teleporting around is going to make me go broke. A long soak in the live stream followed by a long journey. I would not recommend it to anyone. But rest assured, my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long. I believe I am sufficiently rested. Let us continue west to Sharlayan. Once we descend the mountain path, we will arrive at the Dravanian hinterlands. From there, it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we shall be passing through Nath territory. We must needs be wary of them and the dragons both. I'm just gonna teleport on over there. See you guys there. This is fucking terrifying. Where's my objective here? Oh yeah. That was... Well, they're both pretty slow, but it's a little less gross. I don't know why I think that it's so funny to just be like, I discovered a new location, even though it's on a map. More like you've traveled to a new location, not necessarily discovered it.
To the Thaliac River, where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams. Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian hinterlands, and so provided for a settlement of learned souls from across the northern seas. To the city of Sharlayan, that great seat of knowledge now abandoned by her keepers, they came.
Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thaliac River. Let us search for a crossing. I just cracked my wrist. Ugh. I don't know if that was good or not. Felt weird. Ugh. Ah, yes, more ether currents. Of course. It's supposed to be a rather large open area, because it is chugging and lugging along. Oh. Look at me discovering locations. Oh, there's some people here. No, level 50 things. Oh no, it says level 60. Oh, this is my own stuff. Of course, yes, repair them. Thank you. stupid. I thought I was buying them. Oh, it's you guys. So weird. Hey, Alphino. Hey, Ishtola. Yeshtola. Yasi. Yashitola. Yashikola. A big jump. If I just sit, like, so relaxed. Knowledge seeks no man, so say the motto of Shalane engraved upon yonder stone. The meaning is simple, it falls to us to seek enlightenment. During the 6th Astral Era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Shalane journeyed across the seas to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their scholarly endeavors. Over time, this camp grew into a settlement, and the settlement prospered, and so much so that it came to be counted among Eorzea's great city-states. Alas, those glory days are now but a fading memory. With her keepers lost to her, Shalane has become an empty husk of her former self. Pshk! Uplander is mistaken. Shalane has new keepers and is uncupped some new age of glory. Goblins here to plunder the city? Huh! Uplander's mistaken muchly. We are not thieves. This place is our home. Your home? When last I looked, it was mine and Alphino's. We were born here. Psst, when Uplanders abandoned city, Uplanders gave up claim. Born here I know, Uplanders are trespassers. You wanna fucking fight about it, buds? My friends, please, we did not come to dispute your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. Be calm, I beg you, and let us speak like the civilized folk that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding. Pishka, if that is true, then Uplanders are welcome here. Come with Slowfix. Slowfix will show Uplanders settlement. God, oh, so itchy. Why is it so itchy? I come in peace. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people over here. Oh yeah, they got a bunch of goblins and shit. Oh, cool. Nothing crazy, but Here's the heart of settlement, name of Idleshire. What have we got here? Guess. Greetings to you. I am Alphino Leviar, and may I introduce my companions, Sarah Mariotti and Y'shtola. We have journeyed far in search of a friend, and seek to cross the river. But finding the main bridge collapse, you went looking for a detour and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew, is that right? That is the short of it, aye. This place, Idleshire, I came expecting a ghost town. Suffice it to say, I'm surprised to find it so alive. Well, with all them precious artifacts lying about, it was only a matter of time before treasure hunters like me moved in. But we weren't the first to arrive, neither. By then, Snowfix and his Gorby friends are already settled. At first, Gobbish and Hunters disliked each other, but understanding came, then friendship. Now Gobbish and Hunters have joined hands to build a great new nation. So that is what happened after we Charlayans departed. Oh, so you're locals. No hard feelings, I hope. All these nice buildings, but no one to live in them. Felt like a waste, you know. We've been trying to put the place to rights, and things have been going well for the most part, but it all ain't smooth sailing. Not to sound ungrateful, but the traps your people left lying around are a bloody nuisance. And there's the Illuminati hearing us day and night. Pshka! Slowfix's bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding, yes. Best way to understanding is helping one another. Our citizens of Idleshire and Uplanders can be citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river. Well, I am not aware of a quicker way to reach our destination. Let us assist Slowfix and his people. No, man, switching between accents. Ooh, I actually get to pick something. Ah, I'm getting close. Getting close to that level 60 goodness. And then I'll hit the level 60 cap, and then I'll have to do the extra missions, and then I can go up to level 70. Pshkar, so Uplanders agreed to help? Good, here's what Slowfix wants Uplanders to do. Many golems prowl Idleshire shall get in the way of expansion plans. Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders Charlayans, yes, Charlayans should know best way to deal with creatures. So we are to eliminate the golems. That should be a simple enough affair. The automata are employed as sentinels, and by design can be unmade with a coded command. At the time of the Exodus, it was noughts and crosses. I see no reason why it should not still work. Let us divide the task between the three of us. The quicker we finish with it. Noughts and crosses. Interesting. Huh. The chat mode and say. Oh. Knots and crosses. Oh, there we go. Cool. Oh, the shadow, the golem crumbles to pieces. Oh, that's the first time I've said something. Neat. Epilogue gate? Well, that was fun. I don't remember if I tuned this. No, I did not. Golems are no more? Wonderful! Now I can resume work to expand settlement. Bishka, Uplandish helped Gobby folk earn right to be citizens of Idleshire, but Slowfix must ask another favor. Another favor, you say? Short time ago, dear friend of Slowfix ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins, show no mercy even towards Gobbykin. Slowfix fear for friends' lives. Please find friend before Illuminati do. I am suddenly taken by a sense of foreboding. Be that as it may, we cannot turn a blind eye. Let us make haste to find Slowfix's friends. I'm like a bird, I only fly away. Nope. There's a gap there. Can't get over it. Getting over it with Bennett Foddy is a terrible game. I don't think it's well coded, and the point is a little moot. Like an old Magitech? All right. Yeah, everything is going to be capped to level 60 from here on out. It doesn't really matter because like there's no moves that I can use after level 60 anyway. Skosh, goodly Uplander, long time no eye catch. What is bringing Uplander here? Does Uplander have lust eyes for junk of Bravelocks? Uplander must not be touching junk of Bravelocks. Bravelocks is finding junk first. I knew I recognized that voice. Greetings, Bravelocks. It has been a while. Forgive us for interrupting your work, but Captain Waistgut gave me to understand that you were marked by the Illuminati. This happens to be Illuminati-held territory. Is it wise to be here? Pshaw, Bravelocks eat Illuminati for synopsis. Whoa, look at those little guys. Bishkar, who eats who for snapsnashes? Ah! Bravelocks all talks. Unwise you are to come here after dirty taking secret knowing of cheesecake from Illuminati. Bravelocks did know outright cheese recipe is gobby birthright. Shave tongue labs are trading in death bit. Damn, goblins got their whole thing going on. Makes sense, but like, you know. Pray to godfathers for punishment as near times. It appears we have no choice. Yeah, Alphino, get your fucking book out, you nerd. Thought I could finally use the upgraded version of the Royal Authority. Oh yeah, baby. How big of a range do those bombs have? Ooh. Ah, it's alright, Alphino. I'll be fine. Yeah, Shola, you do it. Nice. It is done. Fishy Illuminati no match for furious gobfish of Bravelocks. More junk is awaiting Bravelocks monthly. Bravelocks are taking leave of Uplanders. Being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming to Chalayan. At any rate, we have fulfilled Slowfix's request. Let us return with the good tidings and be on our way. Can't believe I have to deal with the Illuminati again. dumb joke. I'm not even gonna follow through with it, so. Uplandish are back. Did Uplandish find friend of Schlofix? Bushka, time is not cured recklessness of Brayflox. Without help from Uplandish, Brayflox would now be dead gobby. Schlofix owes Uplandish debt of gratitude. Schlofix and Brayflox are joined by unsufferable gobby bond. If Schlofix had known that Uplandish are friends of Brayflox, Schlofix would have welcomed Uplandish to gobby flock at first meeting. Well, level 58. Pushka, Uplandish have upheld bargain most highly. As promised, Lufix makes Uplandish honored citizens of Idleshire, free to cross river at will. Though Uplandish must leave for now, Lufix hopes that Uplandish will pay many visits and help build great new nation. You are most kind, my friend. You may be certain that we will return. I must confess, at first it upset me to learn that my home has been occupied by others, but now I see that it is in good hands. Under your care, I look forward to seeing Chilean thrive once more, to become a home to people of all races and creeds. Suffolk has already ordered the Gobwatch to let Uplanders through. Safe travels. What were they going to do, stop us? Alphino, Zerma, shall we then? Shall we then? Shall we then? Limit break. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my stomach is feeling much better. Please, gosh, by order of Chief Schlofix, Uplanders can come and go at will. One moment for clearing away barricade. Finally, we can continue our journey. They just placed a bomb. Ahem, barring any misadventure, we shall soon arrive at the cave where Matoya resides. Unless you have unfinished business in Idleshire, let us strike out at once. I'm ready whenever you are. Let us go and meet the legendary Matoya. Matoya Jackson. Ahead lies the answering quarter, where the scholars of Chilean gather to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master desired privacy above all else. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. You will not find it unless you know where to look for it. We shall follow the road south until we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford the stream it spans. Thence head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff. Okie dokie. Oh, so this is just all one big area. Olympus has fallen. The Dub Arch did it for best. Sunbear, what do you eat? Normal man? Toad alone? Oh, an Aether Current. Okay, you know what? Still no mount speed increase though. You know, now that I'm, playing, actually played an MMO for once, and then, like, playing Elden Ring. Elden Ring is just an MMO. It's a very well-crafted MMO. It's an MMO if you could just go up to, like, a level 80, whatever, being a level, like, 15 person. You know, like... But I feel like a lot of the combat is, like, you know, you do specific moves and stuff. You have a bunch of stuff in your arsenal. And if you don't really pay attention, you can really screw yourself. Oh, great marble. Hate those guys. Like, this could be a Dark Souls arena if they just, like, change the color palette around a little bit. Which is funny, because I've not heard of anyone talk about it in that context. Because there are open world games, but maybe they all just take after MMOs. Maybe I'm the one behind the curve. But also, I've played open world games, and I don't know, Elden Ring makes more sense in that context. Okay, so this is the Great Bridge, and then we can't cross it, so you have to go down, and then upstream? Is this upstream? This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Saramar. Well, that will only add to the surprise. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts, and time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. Doubt not that there will be sentinels and traps both to deter unwanted guests, but will not be deterred, will we? Go on and touch the wall yonder. You will have to have your weapon near at hand. Those sentinels may suffice to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. The way should now be clear. Come, let us go and see my master.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Ah, old witch. Oh, she's got that same face thing.
Though we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly. The one there in the fancy duds, that's Louis Soir's granddaughter, I take it?
My grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats, like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bucker, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me?
I wonder if she knows anything about Aziz's law. Law.
Aziz's Law. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
Apparently she does.
You are familiar with it.
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Alagons set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Aziz's Law aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Indeed. And to make matters worse, the Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Ah, some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, that was legitimately very charming. Oh, I don't know if I can do his voice. Oh, God.
'Twas,
Oh, thank God.
50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilthabad under its rule. Faced with the threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my part, I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
Ah, yes, a device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
But as my research neared its end, It was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies. After that, they and I had a little falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Ha! Petty, I know, but gods, it was satisfying.
Do mine ears deceive? 'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind, that how it is used depends on us?
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
I love how she has a little broom sweeping.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
With respect, Master, the fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject. But you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
You were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Not so fast. You don't expect that you can just waltz on in now, do you?
Oh, the Great Library's guardian shouldn't pose any difficulty for a hero like you, but if it turns out you aren't up to the task, well, then I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as an etheric ram. I'll put a pair of familiars at your disposal. One's a piroga who'll help you locate the tome. The other's that broom yonder who'll let you into the library. Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, boy. What's up?
Greetings, good sir. I'm Broomsy, my lady servant of some 50 years. May I say what an honor it is to serve you? I'm given to understand you wish to enter the great Google Library. To find it, pray head east upon leaving this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you reach the collapsed bridge. I shall go and fetch my fellow familiar on the way to the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It will be my pleasure to unlock the door for you.
Crazy. Oh, another Aether card. An old witch teaching these frogs fucking magic?
do stand before the great Google Library, one of Heidelland's foremost repositories of knowledge. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the Exodus some summer since. In all those years, its halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul, its floors felt not the loving brush of a broom. Mine apologies, sir. Pray pay no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. You are doubtless eager to venture within and retrieve my lady's tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. Okay, I'm gonna take a break before I do this, so I'm just gonna stop streaming and I'll pick back up later.